With my Amazon restoration project having been completed recently, I suppose the next logical question to ask would be something along the lines of what now? You know, what am I going to work on next? And I guess you could consider this a salvation update of sorts, because pretty much everything I'm about to say directly connects to it. I have recently touched base with my best friend and co author Katie, and the overall gist that I've gotten is that she's got a whole hell of a lot on her plate. Um, Life for her, in a word, is extremely chaotic at the moment. Um, and she's just not really in a place where she can come back and be 100% creative and present as of yet. So, in the meantime, we've discussed it, and with her blessing, I think the next big issue to try to tackle would be the creation of artwork for all of my unfinished and unpublished books via either AI or some other sort of cover art creating software. Now, I've been pretty vocal against the use of AI in such things. I've always preferred and championed working with actual people, and forging that sort of working professional relationship, celebrating and showcasing their talents and their hard work, etc. Right? Um, but in the interest of forward progression and the completion and preservation of future projects, I've really had to come around to just accepting the fact that I really don't have that uh, many other options left to consider. I've really had to sell myself on the idea that it is, at the end of the day, only going to be temporary. That if and when I find somebody to work with, um, whatever they're able to bring to the table artistically is very easily and very permanently going to replace um, anything that I'm able to produce. Now, I should say that my overall experience and knowledge of AI is extremely limited. I've only really ever played around with it to generate um, some very specific visual concepts, just so that I'm able to see them and put them down on paper. For example, um, the character descriptions for the Cheshire Cat, Mad Hatter, and the March Hare that I've um, added to my most recent revisions, as well as some makeup and face paint designs that will be featured in Salvation. Um, but nothing really on this large of a scale, um, or quite frankly, importance. Uh, you know, I really don't know what to expect with this. I don't know how long it's going to take. I really don't even know with 100% certainty if I'm going to succeed in my goal here. I'm pretty much just hoping that between my desperation to render the images that are in my head into something tangible and my wife's abilities with Photoshop, that we're able to work with something and tweak something, so that it at the very least feels less artificial and fake and is presentable at least for the short term. Um, and I suppose, whatever seeds I manage to create that um, are worth a damn, I will share any sort of progress photos that I make with the channel to keep everybody in the loop. But the whole thing's a giant question mark. Uh, but I'm going to be optimistic about this. I'm gonna go in with the glass half full, and just you know I'll see you guys on the other side of this, whatever that might look like. And yeah, I mean, if anybody out there has any sort of recommendations as to the software that we should be using for this, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.